What's up? I'm Daniel DK, and welcome back to Overkill Reviews, BangerTV's weekly metal review show. Today I'm checking out a record from a band that I really like, so I'm praying to Lemmy that this thing does not suck.
Leave you to heaven and pain, no signs of remorse. The hammer of fate hits hard with violent force. With violent force. Fuck off. Fuck off. Fuck off and live. Fuck off. Fuck off and live.
Lock up your daughters and wives. The Masked and Deadly Midnight are back with their latest offering entitled Hellish Expectations, released March 8th on Metal Blade.
Fuck off.
Midnight is really only just one dude, a hooded menace from Cleveland named Athenar. He created the band back in 2003 as a project that stayed mostly true to the new wave of British heavy metal and classic punk rock roots of releasing 7 inches, splits, and comps. In 2011, the first Midnight full-length was released entitled Satanic Royalty, and that really became a game changer for how the band would not only release their music, but it opened them up to a much wider and more accessible audience because you didn't have to dig through fucking 7-inch boxes in the back of a dusty record store just to find 1 or 2 songs by them. In 2019, Midnight would sign with Metal Blade Records, a full 32 years after Athenar sent Metal Blade his first demo tape, and that has been the home for their brand of blackened speed and sleaze ever since. Let's take Hellish Expectations for a rip and see if it lives up to my expectations of being extra greasy and making me want to headbang right through a brick wall. All right, let's kick things off with the first thing you see, the artwork. Midnight is back to their more blasphemous and vulgar style of artwork after not having boobs appear on any of their album covers since Sweet Death and Ecstasy, which had those 2 snake tit chicks scissoring on the cover. Regular art collaborator William Lacey is back. He returns once again, this time portraying a bloodied nun being hung from a church bell, suspended by 2 naked demon chicks wielding scythes. You love to see it. However, I bet you my colleague Blaine Smith is already complaining about the way the logo is slapped on there with that drop shadow. You can't win them all. We already know that Athenar can write evil 2.5-minute bangers, but all the extra little touches on this record really make it entertaining for me. Midnight as a whole might give off the illusion of being loose and not giving a fuck, when in reality, it's obvious that a great deal of care has gone into making this a fun listening experience top to bottom. For example, the slowing of the turntable down to a stop at the end of Expect Total Hell, the feedback chaos at the start of Gash Scrape, the explosion fade out with all the trills and bass slides on Nuclear Savior, the speaking part at the end of Fuck Off and Live, the whip sounds on Dungeon Lust, you get the idea. There is no shortage of musical Easter eggs here. For a band that at one point had the production value of a dubbed-to-death Venom cassette demo, these albums have come a long way in terms of dynamics. On Hellish Expectations, the mega, fuzzed-out, prominent bass tone is a standout for me. It is loud as fuck and in your face in the mix, and it also complements the gainy guitars and raw D-beat drums incredibly well. A great example of this tone is on the track Merciless Slaughter, which also happens to be one of my favorites on the record that isn't a straight up speed song because it's got that grindy, classic plotting, old school midnight sound that I miss so much. Check it out. There's a time and a place for everything, and a midnight record ain't the place for technical solos and progressive arrangements. I think Athenar has once again nailed the balance of keeping the musical parts simple and approachable, but also using that old Motorhead trick of leaning on a few simple earworm melodies and hooks to keep them coming back for more. Case in point, I've been humming that little guitar lick from Fuck Off and Live since the minute it dropped as a single. I love that shit. And it's done. Simple complaint. It's too short. It makes for a very easy repeat listening experience, but at 10 songs and 25 minutes, it's Midnight's shortest full length to date, and it really feels like it could have used one more ripper on there. Give me more lust, give me more filth, and also give me more sleaze, please. All right, let's wrap this up. Hellish Expectations is definitely one of Midnight's most get-to-the-fucking-point records in recent memory. Apparently, Athenar wrote the whole thing in one weekend, so that also checks out. It doesn't stray far from the recipe, and that's probably a good thing with this band. This is the kind of band that if you get it, you get it. And if you don't, well, there's no hope for you. Are the songs better than the early shit on Complete and Total Hell and Satanic Royalty? Probably not, but the performance, specifically the drumming, production, hooks, and vocals are all as good as they've ever been. All that taken into consideration, I'm giving this one 3.75 out of 5 skulls right here on Overkill Reviews. All right, it's time for some shout-outs. These are other tunes that you gotta be listening to right now. Skeletal Remains, Fragments of the Ageless, March 8th on Century Media. This is the 5th record from these Southern California death metal underground staples. Their first few singles are sounding rad. The album artwork is insane. And if you like Pestilence, Gorguts, and Asphyx, this is the band for you. Lotharo Chasing Euphoria, March 15th on Atomic Fire. It's melodic death metal with sprinkles of power and thrash in this female-fronted Canadian powerhouse, and they are ready to take on the world with their second full length. There's already 5, yes, 5 music videos released and tons of tour dates announced, so go check these dudes out. And if you dig Arch Enemy, Unleash the Archers, you like that intense shit with all the Judas Priest sensibility, this one's for you. All right, that's it from me. Hit the comments. We read them all. We'll catch you next time.
Fuck off!